What up, what up, what up? It's your boy JB coming right back at you. Welcome back to the channel, man. Had to jump in here real fast and talk about the Stephen A. Smith and RG3 beef, man. And before I get started, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, man. It really helps get this content out to other people. And I just appreciate your guys' support. And I wasn't going to do this video today, but I saw, man, that RG3 and Stephen A. Smith came on RG3's platform. They had been going back and forth, and Stephen A. thought that RG3 had a issue with him, and RG3, was always talking about politics shouldn't be in sports on First Take. And guys, I just wanted to jump on here real fast because I think they handled it the right way, especially when two guys got two digital media platforms. Come on the person's platform, talk it out, clear it up. But I wanted to talk about what we can learn from this. Guys, it's no secret. RG3 is his own brand. Um, Stephen A. clearly is his own brand. But I got a little bit to say on this, and I might be out of pocket, I might be out of line, but I got a little bit to say about this because it's kind of getting frustrating to me. And I don't know, man, y'all might get down in the comments and say something different. But a couple things, right? And I ain't got no issues with interracial relationships. I ain't got no issues with same race relationships. Y'all can go back to my video that Jason Whitlock clipped when he was talking about Ryan Clark. He said, I'm just a regular guy with a black wife at home, right? So at the end of the day, I ain't got no issue with whatever color your spouse is, or your fiance is, or your significant other is. But two things is happening right now, guys, that we dealing with. RG3, right? He knows that when you choose a white wife, RG3 went to Baylor. He went to Texas. He went to a college in Texas. He knows that when you choose a black wife or a black fiance, you know what you're gonna get from the black community. Why are you trying to act like nobody can attack you for that? And again, I know that Brian Clark had to apologize and that kind of thing, but I'm starting to get to the point that RG3 is not being known for his content creation anymore. It's all about this interracial relationship. The relationship is overpowering or overtaking his takes. We don't get to hear about content anymore. All we talking about is interracial relationship. But don't go choose an interracial relationship and not want the backlash that's gonna come from the black community. Same thing with Stephen A. Smith, right? Do y'all realize that Stephen A. Smith's platform is becoming about him responding to people to show his blackness? And let me tell y'all where that came from. Y'all go back to when Max Kellerman was on First Take. Max Kellerman was on First Take, and Stephen A. had T.O. as a guest. And when T.O. and Stephen A. started going at it and they didn't agree, what did T.O. say to Stephen A.? He said, Stephen A., Max more blacker than you. Stephen A. ain't recovered since that episode. I don't care what he said about it. Stephen A. ain't recovered since T.O. called him out on that episode. Max Kellerman didn't know what to do. T.O. ain't backing down from it until this day. Till this day, Stephen A. has not recovered. And anybody who questions Stephen A.'s blackness or anybody who questions Stephen A.'s authenticity, now he's on his platform going back at people trying to prove his blackness, trying to prove that he's a brother, trying to prove. And now all of a sudden, guys, you tune into RG3 out of pocket and you tune into the Stephen A. Smith show. All you seeing is them trying to prove their blackness to one another, trying to prove their authenticity to the audience instead of actually giving us takes anymore. Now, RG3 said that he ain't RG3 doesn't want politics in sports. And what we can learn from, I got my notes right here, guys, so I apologize for looking down. RG3 doesn't want politics in sports, but I'm gonna tell y'all, I don't have a problem with politics in sports, but just have it be balanced. If you gonna have politics in sports, bring somebody from the other side too. And that's where ESPN is getting it wrong. The only reason there's Outkick, FS1, Fox Sport, all that, because ESPN only has the left side perspective. They never have a conservative side perspective. If they would have done that, guys, there wouldn't be no Outkick. There wouldn't be no Fox Sports. There wouldn't be no FS1. If there was not just a liberal bias in sports, which is actually messing these athletes up. Y'all see what happened with Mason Rudolph when he was at the Trump rally in Philly. Those Pittsburgh Steelers players showed up. They didn't care what people had to say. And what I'm telling y'all right now, politics does have a place in sports when it's balanced. If you only gonna have one side and trying to indoctrinate people and trying to make people feel bad, that's a whole different ballgame, guys. Okay? Politics can be a sports as long as it's balanced. I can watch ESPN, but I'm also gonna watch Outkick. I'm also gonna watch FS1. I'm also gonna watch Fox Sports. That's just the way it works. But more importantly, guys, there's enough conservative guys on YouTube now, TikTok now that can give you the actual conservative edge or the liberal edge. Everybody got to have different viewpoints, right? And so one of the things you guys got to understand is that it's hard, man. And as black people, we got to start recognizing we don't owe anybody nothing for where we are. It is hard to be black when people question your take on something because now you feel like you got to prove. RG3 ain't been the same since Washington. He didn't pan out in Washington. Stephen A. been messed up since the TO thing. I said that earlier. But as black people, I don't see white content creators having to prove their whiteness or prove their authenticity. They're just literally up here giving takes, giving their opinion, and they don't have to do all this. And I think for the black content creator, we better stick to content creation because if we start getting into proving, we got to prove to other black people, right? If this ain't going on with any other race, but black people are having to prove themselves on how black they are, or how political they are, or how social justice they are, because the number one thing that a black person responds to is being called a sellout. And I think on this content creation platform, guys, we have to stop dealing with, if somebody says, Jeff, I don't like your take, okay, that's fine. I don't have to come back on and prove to him that I'm blacker than him, or prove to him that I'm more street than him, or prove to him that I'm for the culture for him. If you got a white wife, cool. You got a white husband, cool. Right? If you make more money than me, cool. The point of content creation, guys, especially for the black content creators out there, let's not forget that this is about takes. It's not to come up here and bring what we have to deal with on a daily basis. This is an escape, and let's keep it that way, guys. I'm looking forward to Stephen A. and RG3 actually being on each other's platform so that they can actually talk about sports, talk about the takes out there. Bring in the politics since Stephen A. is getting into politics. I'd love to hear RG3's take. Yeah, I mean, again, guys, let's keep it about the takes because this is going to ruin black platforms if we start doing this. Because I'm telling you guys, ain't no need to prove nothing to anybody up here. There's a reason it's called YouTube. That's your take. And your take should be respected. And at the end of the day, it's not here to make up for what you feel like you deficient in. It's a take. Give your opinion. People like it. People hate it. People share it. People comment. People subscribe. Or either they don't. Y'all get down in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about the RG3 and Stephen A. Smith beef. I'm glad they actually talked it out. But I believe I think it's going to rear its ugly head again, man. If you hadn't already, mash that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell for notifications. And until next time, I'm going to holler.